Aquarius, what is going on? My name is Vince. Welcome to 7D Tarot. If you are interested in scheduling your own personal reading with me, all the info you need is in the description box below. Check out my wife's channel over at Empath Tarot. And if this message resonates, like, share, and subscribe. All right, Aquarius, we are going to do something really fun. I am going to answer 3 of your questions at the end of each read. Now, in order to get your questions featured, all you have to do is write them down in the comment section. I pinned the instructions in the comment section. And basically, you write your question with a short and sweet background. I'm talking short and sweet. That's how I pick up on your energy. And it's probably going to take about 5 days for me to start answering the questions, but I am going to collect the questions as of right now. All right, so let's dive right in and see what we got going on. Ace of Pentacles. All right, that's nice. Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the Page of Swords. I see a moment very soon here where you have to really dig deep and use that charismatic, ambitious, go-getter energy of yours. Lead by example, because I do feel like very soon here with that Ace of Pentacles, there's some sort of opportunity coming your way that involves your leadership skills to get abundance, right? So for example, maybe someone is going to present an opportunity to you to invest in a business with them or to get a job. Maybe there's a job opening up, one of those things. Now, right now, Spirit is telling me that you have to find that confidence within you that when this takes place, that you dive in with both feet. These opportunities don't always last. And I see this opportunity coming in very, very soon for you. I see you having a glorious time. I see a lot of abundance coming your way. I see you working in an environment where people are treating you with respect and love. And I see you flourishing there. And I see this opportunity coming to you almost like randomly, right? You could be at a coffee shop talking to someone, and all of a sudden they like your vibrations and they offer you a job. This happened to me so many different times in my life, you wouldn't believe it. What I like to always do is let people ahead of me from behind me, and then what that does is like, it shows the energy of the coffee shop that, hey, let's be fun, let's be silly, and like, let's not be so serious, and you would be surprised how many people want to take part in that energy. Now, back to you. What I'm saying is you have to really be yourself, right? Because that's what's going to bring this opportunity to you. When you are you, when you are not worried about what so-and-so is doing, or you're not worried about, worried about being worried, really, that's when you're leading by example. And that's really when you're leading the dance of your own life. And that's when things start happening for you. You're not waiting around anymore. You are the one doing stuff. And that's what happens. And I also see right now that there's some sort of download or some sort of message coming your way. And it's going to make you feel like you have to be very strategic with your next moves. And when a message comes into your life, almost like use your intellect and wisdom, but also your empathic abilities. Because I do feel like Spirit's telling me that you have to be able to feel your next step just as much as you think your next step, right? So for example, for me, my boss is always the heart, my higher self. I think of what to do. I brainstorm. Okay, should I do this brand for Amazon? Yes. Okay. Now, then I go, time to do some due diligence. I crunch my numbers. Then the final say, the seal of approval comes from my heart. If my heart center, my intuition says, you got this, I got this. Now, I know that you got this energy, that final answer, it is not going to come from this third dimension because I have to feel it. I'm not thinking of what to do. In order to feel it, I have to leave here. How do I leave here? Meditate. Does it take hours? Nope. It takes me about 5-10 minutes, maybe a little bit more, sometimes 15-20, sometimes an hour. But usually I just leave here. Imagine visualizing yourself leaving this third dimension, disassociate with your body, golden ball of light, just shooting out of here. That's how I visualize. Be creative, be imaginative, be fun, be silly with this. The more you can visualize you leaving your body, however that is. Maybe to you, your body is not a golden ball of light, or your soul, excuse me. And maybe you just visualize your actual body almost like a ghost, leaving, right? Whatever, like, lucid dreaming, whatever works for you. I don't care. Just disassociate yourself with here, with your environment. Leave here. That's the easiest way I found. If you find the easier way, put it down in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. All right, so what else we got? 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, the Death card, and the 2 of Pentacles. I see change. I see you having to make a change that at first you're going to be hesitant around. You're not going to want to make this change because change is obviously scary, but I see you closing a chapter in your life very soon. For example, maybe you're smoking. You're telling yourself, I've had enough. If you're not smoking, it could be anything else. Maybe it's just someone you're hating or hanging around with. Maybe it's a job you're going to, but there's something going on where you're going to be giving it up, and you're really going to be, expecting more abundance to come in your life. When you give something up, you're moving energy. Now, I also feel like this decision that is happening in your life, it is essential for you to be decisive about it. Do not second guess this. Do not tell yourself, I really want to, for example, look for another job because I'm not happy where I am. They're not paying me enough. It's far from my house, whatever the case is. But having that undecisive energy, but I have job security. You got to ask yourself, which one of these things do you want to do and be happy with your choice? For example, if you want to leave, then tell yourself, no problem. Of course I have job security, but at the end of the day, is this sustainable? Can I be doing this for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? What is my long-term plan? What is my goals here? What am I doing this for, right? And really come up with a game plan of what to do next. Or if you're like, you know what? I am happy with the job security, then you know what? Be happy with your job. It is very, very important that you love what you do. You love the environment that you're in. Everything is perception. If you choose to stay, understand you choose to stay. You don't have to. No one's making you do this. You're choosing to stay. So what you're trying to do is tell yourself, this is my choice, and I choose to do this, and I'm happy with my choice. Rather than I'm doing something I don't want to do. That Two of Pentacles energy is the last thing you're looking for, because you're not getting this and you're not getting that. What you're doing is you're being in the middle, and that being in the middle is not what you're looking for. So either make a change or love what you do. For example, maybe I tell myself, oh man, I wish I could, change my diet. I'm so tired of eating fruit that's not ripe. Maybe I should start, I wish I could eat fruit that was ripe. Now I have two options. Option A is to be like, okay, well, the fruit's not ripe right now where I am, so I'm going to change my diet and eat something that is, different. Or I could be like, you know what, the fruit's not ripe, but I choose to eat it, and I'm very grateful to have it. Do you see where I'm going with this? When you have more of this mind state, all you're doing is freeing up energy in your brain, right? Life is just getting a whole lot easier for you. When you have that free energy, what is Spirit bringing you? More opportunities of happiness. When your brain is free, imagine you have an apartment, right? The more furniture you put in your apartment, the less space you have. Hence, if you take a look at our studio, there's basically anything in here. Why we do this intentionally? Because every object has energy, alive or dead, whatever solid matter you want to call it. Trust me, it all has energy, and it's really the energy that you put into it. So what is going on right now? Imagine having an apartment that's just packed full of stuff, right? How much fun is it going to be maneuvering around? It's going to be very, very difficult, right? Now imagine an apartment that's free. Imagine a house that's just free of stuff. Same thing with your mind. Imagine when your mind has so much, junk, I'll call it, in there, that's not paying dividends, right? But imagine when your mind does not. How much easier is it going to be? How easy is it going to be to coast through life? All right, so 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, the Moon, and the Knight of Swords. I see a shadow trying to creep up. I see this shadow trying to take control of your energy. And I see this shadow trying to put you in the, resisting mode. Very, very interesting. This shadow is a fear of you wanting to create change. And I see this shadow making its way into your life very shortly. Something's going to happen where it's going to test you. So it's almost like these shadows, we bury them, our ego buries them until they decide to show up, right? And they usually show up at the worst time. For example, maybe something will happen and, you need to be ready for it. Maybe like, for example, your boss will say, hey, we're firing some people, we're letting some people go. And you're like, uh-oh, and that fear comes in. And that fear is, something that you can really, if you're confident and you're in a good space, if you're meditating, visualizing, if you're connecting to your higher self, you're able to handle that situation right then and there and actually flip it to your benefit, which I'll get to. But if you are not, and that fear all of a sudden turns into what? That shadow coming in, and all of a sudden that fear just amplifies times 100. Next thing you know, we're holding on to dear life. Oh my goodness, what do I do? That is why we want to deal with our shadows on our own terms. But when you deal with these shadows, when you are in control, when you tell yourself, I'm not scared of you, I'm just going to address you. You can't hurt me. You're just a thought, and I can address this thought. That's when, for example, your boss says, hey, we're letting some people go. You're cool, calm, and collective. And you're like, oh my goodness, no worries. I totally understand. I just want to let you know, I love this company. I love working here. It's been a pleasure. I see myself being here for the next 10 years. So if you guys ever need anything from me, I'm your gal. I'm your guy, right? They're going to be like, oh my goodness, Aquarius is so cool, calm, and collective. Let's just keep Aquarius. We could use that person. Do you see where I'm going with this? But it all starts from you really freeing up your energy to free up the opportunities that are waiting to come to you. Spirit, nothing would make Spirit happier than to bring you opportunities daily. And that's all you have to do, is be in the receiving mode, and it will come. The reason we don't get that is because we are resisting. So don't resist anything, and you don't resist everything. All right, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you want your questions answered, write them down in the comment section. I love you. Until next time, ciao.